The city of Lagos is a world-class destination for multinational business conglomerates. A city currently experiencing rapid phenomenal infrastructural transformation for a greater Lagos. When you live in Lagos, you are connected to the world. Let's keep you posted on the City of Lagos TV show about our Lagos. Welcome. You're still watching the City of Lagos TV show. It's time to take a look at the recent engagements of Mr. Governor from the Governor's office.
Governor of Lagos State, do we endorse them? Another time. We endorse our governor. APC. Sanwo-Olu for the next 4 years. Àjọ máa ṣèjọba yẹn ni ọ̀gá mi. Nothing do you Sanwo-Olu. He's Oyedepo.
On your mandate we shall sound. On your mandate we shall sound. On your mandate, on your mandate, on your mandate we shall. Mr. Governor, on your mandate we shall. Sanwo-Olu, on your mandate we shall stand.
Babajide.
On your mandate, on your mandate, on your mandate we shall stand.
Those were the climax of the recent campaign rally organized in honor of the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, by the organized labor sector in Lagos, endorsing him for a second term in office ahead of the 2023 general elections. In his response, Mr. Governor assured both the private and public sector labor groups and leaders that in his second coming as a governor, Lagos will be bigger, stronger, and better in all ramifications for the people of Lagos State.
Isoleto, Africa, Aluta, Victoria. For the greatest Lagos State workers, for the greatest Lagos State public workers, for the greatest, and 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 the greatest public workers of Lagos State. You are the best. You are the best. This is Lagos. I want to recognize all of my workers also in the private sector. You are the best. You are the best in all of your chosen profession. This is Lagos. This is the heartbeat of the nation. This is the center of excellence. This is the commercial, economic, geographic, population, industrial, good people, center of our nation. All of you are here. All of you are represented. All your leadership are here. And I want to say that you have chosen very well. You have spoken well. You have come out in large number to give our modest, we consider it our modest achievement. Because what? Every fiber of energy we have not brought it out enough. We are coming back bigger, stronger, and better. We are coming back bigger, stronger, and better. And for who? For you, the great people of Lagos State. We will do things much more than we have done. We will support you much more than we have done. We will ensure that the value that we place on each of your life is not compromised. We'll make life a lot more pleasurable for you. We'll make sure that we create the ambience for you to grow, to deliver, and to grow in wealth. We will make sure that the spaces in which you work are the very best that you can imagine. Your children, we will make sure that they come out in flying colors. It has started happening, and we will continue to do it in all of our universities, in all of our secondary schools, in all of our primary schools. We will make our clinic not just consulting room. There are places where you go to and you will get well. I want to thank all of you for this great endorsement. It is a confirmation that you believe in our leadership.
Those were the traditional military actions synonymous with honoring of the dead soldiers at every Armed Forces Remembrance Day. Representing the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, is Deputy Dr. Obafemi Hamzat, alongside some key state executives and top officers of the armed forces, performed the laying of wreaths at the 2023 Armed Forces Remembrance Day held at the Remembrance Arcade, Tafawa Balewa Square in Lagos. In a brief interview with journalists, the Lagos State Deputy Governor, who spoke on behalf of the governor, noted that the state appreciates the effort of the military for their selfless role, praying for the repose of the soul of our fallen heroes.
Full departments too that they do valuation. You know the valuation he did for me 3 days ago. I went to ask him that was it the one that did the valuation. He said no, it's from you. It's from your own valuation people. So that's where we need to be able to tie those. That's what they are trying to find out. You know that.
Yes, sir.
How does your own valuation office or your actually printed blue?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's it.
It's a gazette.
Oh, it's a gazette.
Yes, well, because its cover is blue, we call it a blue book.
See, interesting. I've never seen a blue book before. So what do we have in here? So it was printed.
The APC gubernatorial Lagos West senatorial rally in Badagry, Ojo, with the presence of the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, was indeed an exciting political jamboree, with party officials and faithfuls showing their solidarity support for the governor and other candidates contesting various positions in the area at the forthcoming elections. For Mr. Governor, it was appreciative of the large turnout of various groups promising better infrastructural development, improvement of healthcare, security and empowerment for the youths if given a second ticket by the Badagry people.
I want to thank you very much, all of our various ethnic national. I want to thank our traditional rulers, our political leaders, our market men and women, all of our various ethnic national CDC and CDA. I thank the great youths in Badagry Division. I thank the great youths in Badagry Division. I say Ndigbo, well done. Arewa, well done. Thank you very much for coming in large numbers here. All of you will certainly be part of our larger government. We will not leave the youth alone. We will make sure that all of the empowerment, what will make you a responsible citizen are the things that we're going to hand over to you. We will make sure that your neighborhoods, are better off than what it is now. We will create an ambience of security, safety for each and every one of you. Public transportation will be enhanced. Your healthcare services will be better enhanced than what it is today. And your children that are going to various schools, they will feel the impact. They will feel the impact of all of our intervention in public schools. We are going to build more markets for our market women. We are going to improve the sustenance and opportunity in life for all of you. This is what we're doing. This is our commitment to you, that when we come in again, we'll even do more. We'll do bigger, better, and brighter things for all of us in Badagry Division.
As part of strategy to foster an harmonious collaborative relationship with the grassroots in Ojo area of Lagos, the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, held a parley with Lagos State traditional rulers. The parley, which was a brainstorm session, focused on strategies to ensure victory for the governor in the forthcoming elections and equally looking at expectations and fulfillment of the governor's campaign promises. And finally, from the governor's office, the Lagos State Governor, alongside his deputy and some key government officials, conducted an on-the-spot inspection of one of the facilities of the Lagos State Water Corporation to ascertain the condition and state of the facility. The governor was, however, not too impressed with what he met on ground. And that's a wrap from the governor's office segment on the City of Lagos TV show. Let's talk education in the city of Lagos, right after this timeout. You're still watching the City of Lagos TV show. Welcome to Education Lagos, where we take critical look at the educational sector in the city of Lagos. Today, we're going to be taking a look at one of the pillars of the themes agenda of Mr. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, which is education. But our mission here today is to verify and confirm and to also ascertain the level of achievements, challenges and prospects of quality education in Lagos State. We'll be speaking with the Honorable Commissioner for Education, Mrs. Folashade Adefisayo. Madam, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Can you share with us your experience and that of the ministry as a government parastatal in the year 2021 with regards to the critical, impactful achievements of the ministry in the area of initiatives, programs, projects, and of course, the challenges meeting up with the expectations of Lagosians?
2021 was a fairly challenging year. We thought that COVID was restricted to 2020, but actually COVID reared its head again in 2021, and what we thought had receded to the past came up again. So how do we address this pandemic, which had affected everything, had affected students going to schools, learning, teachers across the whole state? The Ministry of Health, working with us, decided that we would not close down schools because it looked clear that while the pandemic did exist, it just wasn't as virulent as we thought it would be, and it was affecting children much less than it was affecting adults. So it was decided that we would keep school open and classes continue. And how to get back to the former rhythm of school, many children having been out of school for such a long time, and teachers as well. But I think we were able to overcome that challenge, and so we were able to face the major initiatives that we wanted to face last year. Infrastructure was in such a state that it was best to make it a front burner item. So we continued to work on many schools, transforming, repairing, renovating many schools, and then we were also able to start to build schools as well. We looked at the outstanding schools that we found, and we said, well, we're not going to leave abandoned projects. Any project that has been done up to now will complete. So we completed them early in 2021, and we're now able to start a new set of projects, which included boarding houses for boys and girls in the model schools, which included what we call two iconic types of structures. The first one is the new way that we are constructing our schools. We had reception inbuilt, so we changed the model of our existing schools. We have the E-type, the L-type, the I-type, and so on, all of them with some way of accessing the school properly. And we started building such classroom blocks across the state. We've just opened one of the new structures at Lemoro near Ibejuleki. That school also came with track and field so that people can enjoy sports in the school. And of course, having done that, we have actually set ourselves a pretty high standard that we must simply find a way to meet every time. We also had another iconic kind of structure. Working with technical partners, we decided that we would build green schools that wouldn't even use power from the mains. They are essentially built out of stacked containers on top of themselves. The roof is all solar panel, so that during the day we trap the power and we use it. And every classroom has a smart whiteboard as well as devices for the students, a minimum of 20. So we have nearly completed the first one. We'll open it in a month's time. We plan to build across all 6 districts in the state, so that there is minimum one of these structures, which would be really, really ideal structures because of the power situation that we have in the country. On infrastructure, we really concentrated on improving what we have and then going on to build different kinds of schools that will suit whatever it is we are trying to teach in our schools. Then, having finished with the infrastructure, we are now able to talk about integration with technology. And I must say a very big thank you to some very great organizations that supported us and gave our students devices to use in the classroom. We strengthened this relationship further, and we actually got into more relationships with online platforms where our students could go online and learn a lot. They could pace themselves, they could go into quizzes, chat rooms, and so on. Chat rooms that were safe and were essentially education oriented. At primary school, there was the Eco-Excel program. The Eco-Excel program is a program whereby we intentionally and deliberately decided to change the culture of the classroom, to change the way teachers teach, so it's more engaging and more interesting for the learners. Each teacher has a tab, and on that tab, we've actually put our curriculum, our own Lagos State scheme of work. They use this to teach, to support their teaching in the classroom. It also comes with a change in culture, how we manage discipline, the assessment, teaching and learning, so that if you go into any Eco-Excel school, you see that the students are actually enjoying their learning. Because what happens with many schools is that there are some good teachers, they teach well. If you have bad teachers, they teach badly. And research shows that the impact of a bad teacher on a child can actually exceed 2 to 3 years after the teacher has stopped teaching that child. So it's important to us that every child in Lagos State at least gets this standard of teaching, monitoring and evaluation, and found that the children are reading at a much higher level now. Practically every child can read from primary 1, which wasn't the case before. So that by primary 4, 5, 6, they are fluent and very, very effective readers. As an educationist too, I know that all research points out to the fact that no matter what you do with infrastructure, teaching resources in the classroom, if you don't get the teaching right, you are just wasting time and money. So teaching is actually the most critical factor in effective schools. And so we knew that we had to look into our teachers and their teaching methodologies. First of all, we didn't have enough teachers. We've been recruiting at a steady rate so that more and more of our schools are having more and more teachers. We've recruited over 5,000 in secondary schools and about 3,000 in our primary schools since we came on board, and they've been sent out to schools. Apart from that, good quality orientation programs. We train them on our expectations for them in the classroom, integrating technology and really integrating what we call 21st century skills, such as critical thinking, problem solving, collaboration, personal leadership, and so on, infusing and integrating it into the classroom. And we did that by changing our scheme of work. It's no longer just a listing of topics. Oh, on Monday, you are doing the skin in biology. No, but it also talks about integration with technology. Where can you find more materials online on the skin? So we have hyperlinks to all these sites. So you have a class like the skin, you put them in groups. You are teaching collaboration and teamwork. Again, we've significantly changed that.
How is the result so far?
Well, I think that is really the icing on the cake. First, let me start from the primary schools. Well, with the primary schools, we keep getting improvement in reading. School attendance has gone up to the 90s for the primary schools, and teacher attendance too, so the level of absenteeism is low. But now let's talk about WAEC results. Last year, we had about a 39% pass, that is 5 credits including maths and English. That was quite demoralizing and sad for us. We just had to sit down and re-strategize. And I can't tell you it was this particular strategy, but it included technology, teacher training, early morning quizzes, past question papers, and at the end of it all, the results went from 39% pass to 79.6. Now the challenge is to sustain that, which we are determined to do.
For Lagos State, what is the policy thrust of the ministry with regards to informal education in order to improve skills that can serve industries and diverse sectors?
Right now, we have a very interesting arrangement. We have our 5 technical colleges located in the Ibile, and they provide top-level training in technical and vocational education, refrigeration and air conditioning, computer studies. They provide a broad range of nearly 70 subjects actually. But we know the 5 are not enough, and they can only take like 10,000 students. So what do we do with the remaining who actually want to go into skills-based education? And that's why we recently introduced the concept of comprehensive schools, because we don't have the luxury of time, we don't have the luxury of funds to build spanking new technical colleges. So within our existing senior secondary schools, we've turned them into what's called comprehensive schools, where they're able to offer skills-based learning. So you either do the WAEC route or you do this. And for this one, we want to teach it at a world-class level. So apart from the fact that we are teaching things like plumbing, carpentry, makeover, fashion design, ICT, photography, and so on, so that there's something for everybody. I must say we are piloting in 12 schools, so it's not yet a policy thrust. It's to pilot it and see what it looks like. We are also going to teach them a plethora of skills, the skills that will enable them perform effectively. And that's why we are teaching them financial literacy, so that things like negotiation, you want to take a bank loan, learn how to write a letter of request. And we are working with Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, so that at the end of their training, if they want to be entrepreneurs, we can give them a starter kit. But if you do not want to be an entrepreneur and you want to go into employment, we also have that possibility for you. Even after the skills-based training, we'll have internships and so on. So they test the workplace. And we also teach them employability skills, how to apply for a job, how to go for an interview, how to dress at work, how to work with your colleagues, how to work with your boss, and so on. So it's a very rich program.
Honorable Commissioner, we're in the year 2022, and of course, this is a year of consolidation. Tell us the strategic master plan for the year 2022, and how do you intend to achieve them?
The governor, Mr. Babajide, Sanwo-Olu, is very particular about us consolidating and ensuring the sustainability of many of our projects. There are really 2 major strategies. So let me talk about the first one, which is to increase the amount of money available to our schools to run their schools. At least that helps them so that they don't have to come to us for every little thing. They're able to do a number of things in school, and if you watch it, that has helped the schools remain neat and in good shape. The second one is the introduction of facilities management in our schools. And we are doing this with an agency of Ministry of Works called LASIAMA. They have facilities managers who are in charge of cleaning the schools, gardening, power, minor repairs, and so on. Each school has that. We escalate duties and responsibilities for all these things, right from the school to LASIAMA to the ministry. Where it's larger than the school can cope with, then we'll take it on in the ministry. So we are trying to inbuild all those so that it'll be part of policy. There'll be a vote of charge for it, and that means people will actually do it.
What are you doing with regards to ascertaining quality schools that were actually properly approved?
Before I became a commissioner, there was a project in conjunction with the DFID called Deepen. They came in to look at how best to work with these schools. We can close down schools, but where will the children go? So we always try and remember that. So they worked with them and agreed that many of them are not approvable. But the thing to do is to help them to be approvable. And so they work with all sorts of people like consultants, accountants, banks, and so on, so that they can support them and give them the means to be able to make their schools approvable. So we want to turn that into a whole portfolio and work with consultants who will help us through the process of approving these schools. So we have an Office of Education Quality Assurance. So they monitor the private schools and the public schools.
It's been a wonderful time speaking with the Honorable Commissioner for Education, Mrs. Folashade Adefisayo, telling us about the major giant strides of the ministry in ensuring that Lagosians get the quality education they deserve. Madam, on a final note, what's the level of assurance, words of encouragement to stakeholders, the parents and the pupils?
We'd like to reach out and work with parents in ensuring that our students receive good quality education. We also call on the community. For our comprehensive schools, we've got a lot of fantastic support from the community. People who've given us free equipment, people who've taught our students free, people who've trained our teachers free. It's really been a fantastic journey. So we urge and ask for more support to help us achieve all our plans, because it's our joint plans. When we talk about infrastructure, we have received a lot of support from NGOs. The old students who are always very emotional about their school received a lot of support. Some build classroom blocks, some mentor and coach students, some supply chairs, and so on. So yes, we'll continue to need the support of the community in virtually all our initiatives. Let them be assured that Mr. Governor's vision and focus on education is so real and so deep and so true. And so let them watch us. Watch this space. That's what I'll say.
Thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you.
But that's it on Education Lagos on the City of Lagos TV show. The show will be right back after this time out.
The BRT buses are not really enough. Sometimes you even see some even walking just to make sure they meet up with wherever they are going. Once there are more buses, at least it will help in easing the traffic situation on the major roads, because the BRT buses will have to go on their own lane. Before you know what's happening, the commuters will be able to get to their destinations.
The BRT is not enough at all because people are still at the bus stop, some even late to office. I will beg the governor, Sanwo-Olu, that he should try and add more to the buses. The BRT has been so helpful in times of it's traffic free.
If state government can provide adequate BRT, so that would have been better. We don't want in a situation whereby maybe we will just trekking from one place to another.
Last week, Wednesday, I went to Aja. I entered BRT bus. To me, it's not enough because I saw a lot of queue. The Lagos state government needs to bring more BRT bus for Lagosians.
Hello Lagosians, my name is Jerry Blake, your gospel artist of the week on Entertainment Lagos and the City of Lagos TV show. Guess what? It's Hallelujah time with me. Don't touch that dial. Hello Lagosians, my name is Jerry Adebayo Blake and I'm from Ibadan, Central of Oyo State. I've been in music for 23 years now. For secondary school, I joined an a cappella group where they call the Pillars. And my kind of music, I do slow rock. I get two mentors, Dusi Oyekon, and also for outside Nigeria now, Travis Green. There's somebody there where they watch me that will be wondering that why we say that gospel music I choose. I was born in a Muslim home. My mom was a Muslim, my father was a Muslim, but when they give their life to Christ, my mother most especially, begin to carry us go church and so we take give our life to Christ. And in the process, I discovered my talents and that's why I decide to say, okay, music, I'm going to do gospel music. I get only one album to my credits and I get about 10 tracks on that album. If you check out on digital platforms, you go see them for there. I get Depend on You, now one of my hit songs, you go love them. Okay, Lagosians, let me treat you to one of my hit songs titled Always and Forever. Listen to it and be blessed.
I wanna worship you. I wanna worship I wanna worship you every day of my life. I wanna worship. I wanna worship you. I wanna worship you. I wanna worship you. Yeah. I wanna worship you for the rest of my life. Every day. One more time. I wanna worship you. I wanna worship you. I wanna worship you. Yeah, yes. Glory to God, glory to God. Every day of my life. Somebody
I sure say una like that song. So if una wan download that song, just go to Boomplay, iTunes or Spotify. Just type Jerry Blake for there. You go fit download that song and most of all my songs. And my social media handle for those of you that want to check me online. For Facebook, just type Jerry Blake. Then for Instagram, official Jerry Blake. For Twitter, just type Jerry Blake for there. You go see me for there. For live ministrations and you want to invite me for any of your programs all around, the number where you go just call now. 070-6202-4685. Lagosians, it's been fun with you guys. I must tell you the truth. Before I go, this is my passing shot for you. The world is ruled by principles, not prayers. So whatever you want to be in the next 5 years, start now. Well, it's time to go. I'm sure you had a wonderful time. Sure, you were richly blessed. Please, as I leave, this is a parting song for you all titled Depend on You. Enjoy it and stay blessed.
and I will always depend on you. And I will always depend on you. You're my life, you're my hope, you're my everything. You're my life, you're my hope, you're my everything. And I will always.
The city of Lagos is a life changer. Get involved. Think Lagos. Until we come your way again next week. Thanks for watching.